guys, welcome back. The sun's going to be kind of in and out today. It's a gorgeous day with tons of clouds. It's a little bit chilly though, but I thought I'd get out here and prune back my raspberries. They're right here on the west side of my house. I also have a strawberry patch that I really need to get cleaned up. It's a little bit breezy today, so hopefully with this microphone you can hear me well. And they're doing some work on the neighbor's house. They're replacing the roof over there, so it might be a little bit loud. But I'm going to come in here and do some pruning on my raspberries. I'm going to show you some things that I've learned about mine. It's all from watching other people's videos on YouTube, which are super helpful. Garden Answer has a really good channel that goes over a lot of information. And I think I've finally discovered my raspberries are, when I bought them 3 years ago when we moved in here, I didn't keep the tags, which was really dumb of me. Wish I had kept it, but I didn't. So I had to kind of do a little research and learn which type of raspberries I have. And I'm pretty sure I have the Everbearing raspberries. So I'll talk about how I'm going to prune these here in a minute. And then I'm going to go through and clean up my strawberries. There's a lot of dead leaves and everything. I'm just going to clean it out really good so it has a lot of air. And then when I'm done with everything, I'm going to clean out all the leaves underneath my raspberries and pull out any shoots that I have. So I'm going to get started and let's get a little closer look at the raspberries. So my goal would to be contain my raspberries to this section here. It's a perfect amount for me. I love raspberries. I love to make raspberry jam every year and my family loves it. And I don't need any more than this. So I always have to pull out any shoots that I see. As it gets warmer, there will be more shoots. I don't really see any right now. I think it's just still a little too cold. With the Everbearing, I can either come in here and cut off all of these at like one height that's a little bit lower, or I can come in and just top off this part. So see how this cane has some berries that it produced this last fall. And then just under that, they have these leaves that are starting to sprout. I can just take this branch and cut it right here, just below the point of where this had berries, and it will give me another little crop up at the top, very first, like first of summer. Or I can just come down here a little bit lower and cut it, and then I'll get bigger and juicier raspberries more in the fall, and it'll be more of a one crop. But this Everbearing, if I just prune right here, will allow me the chance to have two crops of berries. I think the first crop's not going to be very big. Anyway, I think it's just easier, and I really just want bigger berries, that I'm going to just come in here and cut these all back down here. I'm also going to come through here and cut down any dead ones that you can see. There's a lot of dead, weak branches down here. And then I'm going to take out any branches like this one that are just really close here that I don't necessarily want, and cut those back. And then I'm also going to come in here and kind of cut out these berries here if I can, and take some out because I want to kind of contain, I know it's hard, these berries to just this section here, and I'm trying to keep it just here as well. Who knows, maybe someday I'll have more berries here. This is their third year. I don't know how well they're going to do. I've heard berries only last like 3 years or something, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh, the wind's blowing my blow my stuff away. But anyway, so I'm gonna get in here and do that and then clean it all out, and then we'll come back and take a look. Okay, some of these canes are pretty fat. I had to go back and get my bigger cutters. These are not very good though, I will say that. I ordered some new Felco pruners, so I'm excited to have those. So I wanted to get in here and show you guys this. So these canes are totally spent and done. I think they are good for like 2 years and then they're done. What I'm doing with my big cutters is I'm going through and cutting these down all the way to the base because they have no green on them. They're totally dead, no longer good. Here, this too. I'm going to cut all the way down to the base. These other ones that have leaves, I'm going to leave about 12, 14 inches tall. I don't think that really matters. That's how tall I did them last year though. And so, yeah. And I'm having to work around this wire. So my husband put in this support. It did kind of collapse at the end of last year, so I need to fix it, but I am trying to work around that too, so it's a little tricky, but you can see that this wire needs to be put back over here. Just came untwisted, so I'll work on that too out here. But man, these are a little more mature, so this is a bigger job than last year, but I think if I had good cutters, it would make all the difference. So I'm just gonna keep going. Just ignore my air conditioner unit right there. One of these days I might put something around it, but you know what? Those are just some things we have that we have to live with. I got these strawberries cleaned up. As you can see, I just pulled out a lot of the dead stuff. There's a lot of new growth coming up under here, and so I wasn't too worried about, hi Piper, having it, I don't know. I just took out things that I thought were dead. That's what I did last year at work too. Once in a while you do pull something up like this, but really it's okay. I mean, strawberries are pretty prolific, so I think it's going to be fine. It looks so much better. Last year I did put some hay under here just to have the strawberries to have something to lay on, and I liked it, but I felt like over the summer things kind of harbored in there, and I had a few issues with aphids at the end of the season. So I decided I'm not going to do that this year. So we'll see, but we've got lots of nice growth, and like I said, this is their 3rd year, so I think they're going to do great this year. We'll see how many blooms I get. I also got my raspberries all cut down. I do have some shoots coming in that you can see. I did pull out a few. I'm going to wait for them to get a little taller, and then I can see what spots I want to keep them in, because I do want to keep some. All of these right here are from shoots. So eventually you kind of just want them to move around a little bit. So you do want some shoots to come up. I'm going to go ahead and fix this, or have my husband fix it. I just set it aside for right now, but that will be needed later when they're tall and they need that support. I don't have any on me, but I really wanted to put down some berry tone, so next time I'm at the store I'm going to grab some of that and I'll put some here. I also wanted to show you my soaker tube. I basically cut it in half when I used the shovel to cut back these so they didn't go past here, and I totally cut my tube, but that's okay. Last year I thought I had to replace my whole tube if that happened, but I now know that you can just put like a little coupler here and still use it, so that's what I'll have to do there. So I just left that out so I can do that eventually. As you can see, I'm going to find more strawberry shoots coming out, but that's okay. I'll just keep pulling them up. It's kind of a lot of work, but it's worth it because I definitely want to have some different things here in my garden area. If you have the June bearing berries, you can find a video for that. I think they also call those summer bearing. So with those, you have to be a little more careful, I think, because the first year canes don't produce fruit, but the second years do. So you have to look for last year's. If it has berries on it, then you cut it back to the ground, and if it doesn't, then you leave it. You can look that up, Google that specifically. I just have these ever blooming, and I just give them a hard cut back, and then I'll be sure to get a nice fall bloom with lots of big berries. Hopefully this year. This is their third year, so I'm excited to see how they do. So I'm going to come in when I get some berry tone and put that in, and this area should be ready to go. Okay, thanks so much for joining me. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.